The Princess Bride is a film that I knew I had to see at some point because it's so well loved. It didn't really sound like my kind of film, but I'm watching every Carol Kane film, so I decided it was finally time to give it a chance. And I'm pleased to say that I did generally enjoy it, but I feel like it's way overrated. It's a good film, but it's quite slow, and I don't think it's as strong as I was expecting it to be. That being said, it isn't my kind of film, so take everything I say with a pinch of salt, but I still feel like it is quite slow. It's not that engaging. Some of the characters are really interesting, some of them are really boring, so trying to view it as objectively as possible, I still don't think it's an incredible film, but I can understand why people enjoy it. This was released in 1987. It's directed by Rob Reiner, written by William Goldman, and we have a cast including, of course, Carol Kane. We also have Cary Elwes, Mandy Patinkin, Chris Sarandon, Christopher Guest, and various others. And this is about Princess Buttercup. And we also have a farmhand called Westley. Will they be together? Will Princess Buttercup be destined or forced to marry somebody else? I'll be honest, I could not care less. I don't think it's an interesting narrative. It does not appeal to me in the slightest. That is mostly personal preference, but I still think it was very, very slow. And it's not tremendously long either. It's about an hour and 40 minutes. And I feel like it didn't need to be that long. It was very slow for a lot of it. And there are a lot of scenes that just don't seem to add anything. I didn't like a lot of the characters. I found some of the characters to be really irritating. And then there were characters that were really strong and really creatively written with some really great performances. So it kind of balances out there. But where the film does work well, we have some gorgeous set designs. We have some beautiful locations. The costumes are brilliant. It is quite funny in part. And I also love the narrative structure because it's actually a story within a story, as we have this grandfather reading a book to his grandson, and his grandson and will occasionally interject with some comments, pulling us out of the main narrative. Honestly, I wish we had more of that, because those were my favourite aspects. I didn't like the main story. I can see the appeal if it's your kind of narrative, but I still feel like there's room for improvement with the pacing, with some of the characters really kind of irritating. Most of the protagonists I found really, really annoying. I did not like them at all. So for me, partly down to personal preference, I couldn't care for it. But also, I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement. I don't understand the 8 out of 10 on IMDb across 472,000 reviews and ratings. I don't understand the Metascore of 78. But if you watched it and thought it was an okay experience, I could understand that. For me, it was just okay at the most. I found it to be very slow, and over time it became less and less enjoyable. So I don't understand why it's as popular as it is, but I don't think it's terrible. I think there are a lot of aspects that are done very well. I think there are some great characters. Visually, it's very impressive. It is a little funny. I like the narrative structure of the story within the story, but it's not an amazing film. It is far from perfect. Even if it were my kind of narrative, I'd still find it to be very slow. I imagine I'd still find the characters, some of the characters, to be really annoying. So I don't think The Princess Bride is a great film. I don't understand the high rating, but I can see the appeal of it being an okay film. I don't by any means think it's terrible. Do I recommend it? Yes, to come to your own conclusions. I feel like it's one of those films where everybody, apart from me until now, it feels like everybody has an opinion on it. And now I have an opinion and can say that it's above mediocre, but it's not great. There's a lot of room for improvement, but there are some strong aspects. Check it out if you're curious. I don't think it was worth the wait. I did enjoy Carol Kane in it, but I won't be watching it again. It's definitely not living up to the hype. I feel like there are a lot of films that people expect to love and they think they have to love it. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe everybody who says they love it genuinely does love it. And if that's the case, that's fine. But there are many films that are considered classics, but I think it's fair to say that a lot of them remain classics because people feel like they have to like them. And if they say they don't like them, then people are going to say they don't know what they're talking about. Thankfully, I could not care less about that at all. I'm always going to be honest in my opinion, and my opinion of The Princess Bride is that it's slightly above mediocre. There are a lot of strong aspects. There are quite a few weak aspects. And ultimately, I thought it was an okay film, not worth the wait, not worth the hype. But if you enjoy it, I can see why it would be maybe a slightly above okay film if it appeals to you. But personally, I didn't think it was anything special.